welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarai. I'm the owner of the Nail Shop by SB, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a story time, as you can see by the title of the video, of how I got started in this press-on nail world. So if that's something you are interested in hearing about and seeing my journey and how I got here, then please keep on watching. Okay, so the way I got started was back in high school. So I used to watch a couple of YouTubers, and they used to create these designs that were the type of designs that were popular back in the day, and I used to recreate them. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of the pictures that I used to take in my little photo shoots, and if I could find pictures back on Facebook, I'll have hubby insert them here. It's a little bit embarrassing, but I mean, that's where I started. I used to practice in like a nail wheel my designs, and I used to use just regular polish. And I used to change out my own nails like every week. I remember being in high school, and friends would always want to look at my new set of nails because I was trying to, let out this creativeness and just try out all these different designs. I used to change them out almost every week, and then sometimes I would change them out after a couple of days because I was just that excited to try something else. And in high school, I thought that the only way I was going to be able to, make this a job or a hobby and do it in other people was if I learned how to make acrylics, that I couldn't just know how to do the designs. So I went to school and started trying to learn this acrylic process, but I quickly learned that that's not what I liked. Putting on acrylics, if that's what you do, if that's what you love, kudos to you, but for me it just took forever, especially when you're starting off, like 2 to 3 hours just to put on nails and a base and have like these tips formed, at the best of your abilities at that point to even like move on to design. So in high school I was like, nope, this isn't for me. I'm gonna stick to doing the designs on my own, on myself. And I saw that I was still really interested in it when I was all throughout like the end of high school and into college. But I also started working in offices pretty early on, like 19, in like law firm offices. And like for certain offices, you have to look presentable and look a certain way, and long nails are frowned upon and certain colors are frowned upon. So there was this little bit of a barrier in my creativeness, yet I still wanted to be able to do this eventually. I thought maybe I didn't want to work in law firms forever, and this is what I wanted to do eventually, because it's another story time, but I also wanted to get into the sheriffs at one point. So this was just really my creative outlet. But I went into acrylics again, thinking that that was the only way again that I was going to be able to get into the nail world, is if I knew how to do acrylics. Well, this time around, I got a little bit of clients. I started practicing, and I quickly learned after getting clients that most of them just want a simple design, or they just want a color, a base, like a simple color, like their basic color, and that's it. And that's not what I wanted, because I wanted to be able to create these stunning designs and let out my creativeness, and that was just not the case on most clients. Didn't want that, especially not starting off, and especially not the clients that I had. And yes, you could build your clientele eventually to be only that, but to me it was like all this time and little reward, and by reward I mean design was my reward. And so I remember complaining to my husband, who was my boyfriend back then, and just telling him, like, I just need more hands. Like, the models, like the hand models aren't the same. That's all I need, is if I could just have more hands to practice on, and just do whatever design I wanted. And press-on nails weren't that popular. They were just starting off. And I really only knew Nailed by Christy that was doing them. And I actually followed her without even realizing realizing that she was a press-on nail artist. I followed her mainly because I really liked her designs. It was for inspiration. I really liked her creativeness. So in this moment of complaining to my husband and like this time frame of my life, I realized, wait, like, what is that? What are press-on nails? How do I get into that? How do I sell that? And I started looking into it and researching, and what do I need to start a business? What materials do I need? How is it even made? And I just started this whole process, and I didn't really believe in myself all that much. I thought I could do it as well, but I didn't believe in my designs as much. Like, who's gonna want to buy the designs that I make? I've never owned a business. How am I gonna do it? It's too hard. Like, all these negative just these negative thoughts go into your head at that moment when you don't have the confidence in yourself. And I was lucky enough to have this amazing support system. My family, my now husband, and a couple of friends that were super supportive of the idea and just pushed me, my husband especially, and my parents, that pushed me to just start this. So take a quick second to just thank all of them. They really are the reason why I am where I am. And well, then I just started. It was hard. No one gives you a handbook, you guys. But if you're determined enough, if you're willing to research every little bit, if you're willing to try out, if you're willing to invest, because I didn't see money back right away. I mean, it took almost a year. I didn't have the growth that I have now. There was a lot of obstacles. There was a lot of learning. But a lot of people, they ask me, how are you where you're at? How did you get there? How did you start? And honestly, you guys, or what advice do you have for those of us that are just starting off? And honestly, the biggest piece of advice that I could give you is not to overthink it, to just go for it. Just start researching. Just think of a name. Just open up a website. Just open up an Etsy. Just start posting like an Instagram account. Just go for it. I definitely needed a push from my husband. If he wouldn't have pushed me, I don't know that I would have had the confidence to start myself, because I would have let all these negative thoughts come in that were telling me that, my designs weren't good enough, that I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't do this. So it's definitely him that really pushed me to start, and he helped me out with the initial investment to start. So it's been amazing, and throughout the way, like, it really helps if you have a support system, because like I said, like, I thanked my family. It's not just him, and it's amazing to be able to pick up the phone and call someone that is going to be really, really supportive, or live with someone who's going to be really, really supportive. So if you don't have the support system, you guys, this is me telling you, this is me supporting you. This is me giving you that push that you might need, is just to do it, just to do your own research, to have that determination, and to believe in yourself. When I started, I wasn't as good as I am now at designs. When I started, I didn't have the platform that I have now. You all start at zero, you guys. All of us at one point start at zero. So don't compare yourself to where I am now and to where you're starting off. Yes, use it as inspiration, as a push, but know that you can get there, that you can do it, and just have the confidence in yourself. And if you fail, honestly, it's not really going to be a failure. You're going to learn from the experience. And if you pick yourself up, which I hope you do, and you start over, you're really not starting from zero, because you already learned from that experience. So what's the worst that can happen? You know what I mean? Like, especially in like the nail world, if you start small and constantly reinvest from your sales, honestly, like, I didn't invest thousands of dollars. So your investment, that's mainly what you'll lose, your time And for some businesses, that is a huge amount of investment, but for others, it's not so big and it may be scary. But that's what always was in my thought process, and what, you know, my dad would tell me is like, you're not really going to lose. My dad has had businesses since we were maybe middle school or elementary school. He's a carpenter. So it's been really nice to have him to kind of call up or to have as a support system. Obviously, carpentry and nails aren't the same, but there's a lot that he can push me, or he can teach me, or he can just be an ear and a shoulder to lean on. I really rely on my family, on my dad, on my husband for that, and just to like vent. And you know, it's been amazing. And that's what he would say, like, what's the worst that could happen? You know, you're not really gonna fail. You're already gonna learn from that. The experience is gonna serve as a learning experience, and then, you know, you'll already know certain things, and when you start all over, it's going to be okay. You know, you will be fine. And that's what I want to let you guys know. And I want you guys to just start. I want you guys to send me pictures of you starting, of your accounts, of your products. You guys, I get emotional, or I get so happy talking about this and my experience, because it's nice to look back on it and see how far you've come, and how much more confidence you have in yourself, how much easier it is to make certain decisions, or to reinvest, or to start something else. Because you know, I see myself, and I know that I'm gonna have multiple businesses, and I know that I'm going to do much more than what I'm doing now. And that's my vision, that's my goal. And it's really nice to kind of take a step back and see what my husband and I have accomplished, what I've accomplished, because he's not part of this video, but we could probably do an updated version of this video of like the time frame from where it was just me to where it is now both of us and my brother, you know. And I would be really happy to do that for you guys. But at this point where I'm talking about and how I started, it was just me. I had that support system, you know, but it was me doing every single aspect. And it's crazy to look back at where I'm now, and the obstacles I had, and the things I thought were huge problems, or how am I gonna get through this, and how now looking at them, they're so small. You know, they're nothing in comparison to what I have to deal with now. And just seeing how I overcome that, and how I respond to things that would just crumble me, crying and calling my dad and calling my husband, because I look back and I used to do that, you know, little things used to just make me fall apart. And now those same things would happen, and it's easier, and I know how to deal with it in a different way. So with that, you guys, I hope you guys like these types of story times, and just learn a little bit more about my story and how I did this, and to inspire others to start their businesses, even if it's not in the press-on nail world, even if it's beauty or whatever it might be, lash, or, you know, makeup, whatever it is. I hope that you guys found this video even just a little bit helpful, or you just enjoyed it. And if you did, you guys, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to follow me on my social media platforms, to leave a comment down below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.